Well, ladies and gentlemen, dear journalists and friends, welcome to the press conference for Blackkklansman, a Spike Lee joint which world premiered last night in Cannes to standing ovation. Well, my first question will be for you, Mr. Spike Lee. I mean, thank you, first of all, for bringing all of you this very powerful film to Cannes. I mean, what struck us, I believe, last night when we discovered your film is that how surreal, I mean, Ron Stallworth's experience was in some ways, and how strongly relevant it is today. Did you feel all a sort of extra urgency on set after the Charlottesville tragedy to tell this story now?
Well, the tragedy happened after we finished. So that was something. I was in Martha's Vineyard, and I was stuck. That's an island off the coast of Massachusetts. I'm not a fan of the Red Sox, Celtics, Patriots, or any team from Boston. But I love Martha's Vineyard. Anyway, I was stuck to CNN, and I saw what happened. And right away, I knew that this had to be, you might use the word coda for the film. But I had to do something first. So I was given Susan Bro's phone number. She is the mother of Heather Heyer, who got murdered when that car came crashing down the street. And I was not going to put that murder scene in the film without her blessing. And Mrs. Bro said, Spike, I give you permission to put that in. So once I got the permission, I said, fuck everybody else. That motherfucking scene is staying in the motherfucking movie. Because that was a murder. And we have a guy in the White House, I'm not gonna say his fucking name. It was a defining moment. It was not just for Americans, for the world. And that motherfucker was given a chance to say, we're about love and not hate. And that motherfucker did not denounce the motherfucking Klan, the alt-right, and those Nazi motherfuckers. It was a defining moment, and he could have said to the world, not the United States, that we were better than that. The so-called motherfucking Creole democracy, that's some bullshit. United States of America was built upon the genocide of Native people and slavery. That is the fabric of the United States of America. As my Brooklyn brother Jay-Z would say, facts. That scene had to go in. We look to our leaders to give us direction, to make moral decisions. And I like to say, this is not just something that pertains to the United States of America. This bullshit is going all over the world. This right-wing bullshit is not just America, it's all over the world. And we have to wake up. And we can't be silent. It's not a black, white, brown, or it's everybody. We all live on this planet. And this guy in the White House has a nuclear code. I go to bed every night thinking about it. He has the digit. I seen the football. That attaché case. My wife and I gave a benefit for President Obama his second term, and I saw the attaché case in the car. That is not science fiction. That shit is real. And this motherfucker has a nuclear code. And you got the guy in Korea and this other guy in Russia. What the fuck's going on? So, this film to me is a wake-up call. Because we've gone for the okey doke, walking around in the daze, and stuff is happening, and it's topsy-turvy, and fake has been trumpeted as a truth. That's what this film's about. And I know in my heart, I don't care what the critics say or anybody else, we are on the right side of history with this film. I don't need to say anything else after this. And please excuse me for some profane words, but the shit that's going on, it makes you want to curse. Thank you.
Question here.
Hi, Gwilym Mumford from The Guardian. Question for Spike. How much of this film is a message directly to Trump, or is it talking past him?
Well, I like to say my co-writer, Kevin Wilmot, should be here, but I don't know if we can get the call or what. So when Jordan, this is really like the origin of it, please. Jordan Peele called me out of the blue, and he pitched me the story of the real-life Ron Stallworth. And while we was talking, I was thinking, this sounds like that David Chappelle skit. And after he finished, I said, is this true? And he said, yes. So when Kevin and I came aboard, our number one concern that we knew what our job was. Our job was to take this story that takes place in the early, I don't know why people write 1979. We aren't so specific about the year. It's the early 70s. So our job as filmmakers, as storytellers, was to connect this period piece to present day. What's happening now did not just pop up out of thin air. We had to connect what happened in the early 70s during the Vietnam War. Again, the United States was wrong. We should never have been in Vietnam. The last war we were in was World War II. After that, everything's been a bad choice. We had to end the film in present day. But I do not have the crystal ball, even though my friends call me Negro Damas. I was in Martha's Vineyard when Charlottesville happened. That ending was not written. But Spike Lee joined us. You gotta flow. You gotta flow. You can't be rigid. You gotta be with it. You gotta be hip. You gotta be on it. There's no way in the world why I could not, once I got the blessing from Mrs. Bro, make that the end of the film. And with the help of Focus, thank you guys, we're gonna release this film on the 1-year anniversary of Charlottesville. And it's an ugly, ugly, ugly blemish on the United States of America. I mean, that after you see the demonstrations, you know, it was like a mini Civil War battle without the guns. It was just fists and sticks and bats. I was looking, well, where the fuck are the police? It's like a battle royale. And again, I know I may sound redundant, but during the editing, you only saw one, my great editor, Barry Brown, who's been with me since school days, Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X. I mean, Barry is a great, great editor. And also, I have to give a shout out to Judy Ailey. She had to find the footage. So we had to put together what you saw. There were many, many different angles. So we put ads in papers and Facebook. You know, people sent us stuff they had filmed on their phones. So using the footage we had, we want to our best ability, show a needless. Heather should be alive now. It's a murderous act, and when we look to our leaders for moral courage, and when they make the wrong choice and give the thumbs up to the hate groups, they come out of the woodworks.
Question here.
Hi, my name is Marcus, work for Swedish television. First want to say it's great to have you here and welcome to Cannes. My question goes to Spike Lee. Considering this movie is based on a true story, was it then a big challenge for you to get research as right as possible?
Well, the movie's based upon a book. Ron Stallworth is alive. We met with him the reading of the script, the read through. Really wasn't. We just had to. This is very simple, sir. We're storytellers. Tell us damn story. That's what we do. Not alone. I'm flanked by great artists. I don't do this shit alone. And so I always look at it as I'm a general manager of a basketball team, a football team, or a baseball team. It's like sports. Here, you know, your game is football, as we call soccer. You want to put the best players out there to win. Teamwork. Everybody up here is a team. There are many people who weren't able to make the trip, weren't fortunate enough to make the trip, that are back in the Republic of Brooklyn, New York. So filmmaking is a collaborative effort. Everybody up here contributed. And what's great, right here, I never worked with Topher before. Never worked with my fellow Brooklynite here, Adam. My man here. We go way back. Never worked with Lauren before, so this is new blood. Damaris, John, I mean, this is a lot of new people here. Was an infusion. So that's great. I mean, I'm old. I'm 61. Been doing this for 3 decades. You know, was here in Cannes back in 1986 for She's a Habit, where I won the Prix de Janice. So I've been at this a minute. So you just want to put the best people in front of, behind the camera to make the best film you can. Because I'll tell you, making a good film is a miracle. Not even I'm talking about a good film is a miracle. You know, it's some hard shit. I'm telling you, it's not, you know, it's hard filmmaking. I'm not complaining. I tell my students all the time, what's easy? But, you know, you got to go to work. And you got to do your research, and you got to learn your craft. You know, again, I'm blessed by the talent we had in front of behind the camera.